Greetings everyone, and Great here for another Age of Empires 4 replay. Spawn on top left side as the yellow Byzantines, we have Beasty. Spawn on bottom right side as the cyan Order of the Dragon, we see no crash and do not crash. See no crash, do not crash. What does that even mean? That has to be a reference to something. But it looks like we may see a gilded spearman rush, potentially. By the way, let's take a look at the map. We've got Deer and Pumbaa next to each other down here. We have a bit of golden stone, so it's a great expansion player location there for the Order of the Dragon. Up north, got some deer, some gold in the back line, gold in the back line. Over for the Byzantine player, he has 2 gold right behind him, with a bit of berries up north. More berries up north, next to some gold and some deer. Down south is where the whatchamacallit boar is. It looks like overall, I feel like Cyan got a better map generation than yellow. Gilded Spearman now pushing way forward. You have only a single cistern there. Gilded Spearman does take a couple of volleys. Right now, the Byzantine player should have enough gold. Yes, he does have enough gold in order to age up. And now, what is eyeing? Grand Winery? Grand Winery. Gilded Spearman does have 18 torch damage. Now the Grand Rider is being built. The Order Dragon player will likely select the Auction Chapel, I'm guessing. Could go for the Bolgraf Palace. Not Bolgraf Palace, Menwerk Palace. He is going for the Menwerk Palace, which will get a max of 3 unique research. We go to Cuirassier, Steel Bolts, and Halberdiers. We're going to see a mercenary house relatively soon. And what local mercenaries can you get? We got the mercenary Magadai and the mercenary Desert Raider up here. We got mercenary Sipahi and mercenary crossbows. I think mercenary crossbows are Arbiter variant, just based on looking at that. We do not have the archer range now going on up. He's going to try to repair up the house. We'll start receiving some towns set of fire as well. The house will be repaired. House is no longer set ablaze. We do now have the archer range going on up, just trying to get an archer or 2 to engage that gilded spearman. And we got another villager now moving out here to repair the house once again. Does get some damage on that villager. It looks like he actually didn't get the repair order off. Got a number of aqueducts now being put on the field. Another villager being put out on the field. He does actually need that house for population housing. Does save a very little health remaining. Now got an archer help him clear out that gilded spearman. Does taking some damage. The gilded spearman does 10 damage from strike, so this villager can only take 1 hit before dying. He had to utilize the defense ability, and that gilded spearman does, of course, go down. Now we got the Golden Cuirassier. He looks like eyeing for some man-at-arms in this age. When gilded man-at-arms go below 30% health, they get take 20% less damage. And now we do have a gilded man-at-arms spawn field, another one on the way. With the man-at-arms we're going to be seeing soon, we probably should see the Bolgraf Palace being deployed out for the next age. That's still a bit far away from that. Barracks going on up. Number of archers there. The gilded man-at-arms who have 4 range armor at the moment. His opponent has 5 damage, so they'll do 1 damage per shot against the early gilded man-at-arms. He doesn't really have any. The Byzantine player does not have really anything to hard counter the early man-at-arms. The mercenary house would let him get him a long boom or javelin throwers help engage, which will be okay units, not great units against the Gilded Man-at-Arms. Keshiks. He may want to go for Keshiks for the from the Eastern Mercenary contract. Oh, he may lose a villager there. Does lose a villager. A little bit foolishly, honestly. Yeah, I do think the Eastern Mercenary contract for Keshiks will probably be good against these Gilded Man-at-Arms. These archers being picked on off. And he is going for the Western Mercenary contract for the Longbowmen. Luminatory do have a little bit extra health than regular spearmen. And these archers will be picked off. He sees all the Gilded Man-at-Arms. Western Mercenary contract has been completed. You could eye for some Sapahi. Next stage, you could eye for some mercenary crossbows. Is there another mill there for better drop-off locations? Scout does take a hit there. Around the Longbowmen is still being pulled on out. Another blacksmith being built. And now there's the Longbowmen. They will punch a little bit harder. Right now they have 6 damage versus the opponent's 4 armor, so they'll do double damage compared to regular archers, which is still not significant. He needs to get the blacksmith research to greatly improve his archer and Longbowman damage against these guys. Granted, the blacksmith is being interrupted. This Gilded Man-at-Arms will go down. And more Gilded Man-at-Arms push way forward. This Gilded Man-at-Arms still running around. Of course, Man-at-Arms don't move very quickly, so it's hard for him to engage these villagers. He is getting some decent damage there. That one does go down. It also has a good number of sheep here. He's been mostly focused on collecting up the berries. But Sign has collected up all of the sheep, now going for berries. Scout following back. And let's push way forward, as well as this Man-at-Arms as well. Forestry upgrade, as well as steeled arrows for the Byzantine player. The steeled arrow upgrade would be very useful, doubling his damage output, or 50% increase his damage output against these Man-at-Arms. And of course, he's going to be very far from aging on up, collecting up no olive oil at the moment. Can't take opportunities to engage up those berries, but he's actually taking opportunity to collect these berries once again. Man-at-Arms engaged. Of course, the pounds of the arrows will do 7 damage per strike, making them much more effective now against these Man-at-Arms as well. These villagers now getting hit there. Getting some hits there on these villagers. Textiles have not been researched just yet, and that villager does take a bad path out of there. That villager will go down. More Man-at-Arms push way forward. Got these Man-at-Arms also pushing their way forward. Up north, we got the early Man-at-Arms. Golden Cuirassier is being activated, but I don't know if it actually does anything versus the archers, taking less damage, but probably does affect the Lumentari from doing like 1 less damage, making it even more difficult to kill for them to kill them. Sciences are streaming these man-at-arms on in, which is probably being very frustrating to Yellow. I always said Feudal man-at-arms are some of the best units to get in the entire game, and this is still the same. More man-at-arms push way forward. We got another round of longbow being pulled on out. He could use the extra bit of damage output. They'll just have pick up their spears and doing 10 damage per strike, so they actually can do okay damage versus these gilded man-at-arms. And that gilded man-at-arms does go down. Good number of walls now going on up, and it does stretch out all the way up here. It looks like it's not traversable, but on the minimap actually suggests it would be. It could potentially be traversable. More man-at-arms push way forward. This is a group of 3, which is a little bit more deadly. That scout does go down. Byzantine players now going for wheelbarrow. More gilded man-at-arms to gain some of these villagers. Lumentari have a bit of trouble here. Lumentari doing a good job of holding the front line. And now all these Lumentari or gilded man-at-arms are being focused down one by one. Trying to way forward once again, gets another hit there on that villager. That villager does go down. And though that gilded man-at-arms does also go down as well. This gilded man-at-arms goes down as well, does claim a Lumentari there, and now he's starting to regroup his man-at-arms. And the Order of the Dragon player, in midst of all that aggression, is actually pretty close to aging on up. Yellow has quite a good amount of kill bounty, but Sign, he's still in a great position in this game. Only 7 men-at-arms remaining, but they're still good. I still say he should go for the Bulgrave Palace rather than Regni's Cathedral, though he's able to steal those relics. Though I think I've done the math beforehand. Bulgrave Palace can generate more resources than the Regni's Cathedral due to just sheer production. But he is going for Regni's Cathedral. If he claims all relics, it'll be good. But if he only claims like 2 or 3 relics, then the Bulgrave Palace actually does, in my opinion, result in more resources gained by making the cheaper discount, assuming you're constantly producing from it. Got a number of olive groves now being pulled, has been pulled by the Byzantine player. Now we got the man-at-arms research. That will make him take a lot less damage. He could also eye for some more range armor to make him even more resilient. But now I got these gilded man-at-arms engaging the gate up there. Just want to send these villagers to repair up the gate. Yellow's going to eye for counterattack. There's a possibility to get some good damage from these villagers, but saw them coming. Yep, sometimes I always forget how far outposts can actually see. I'm so used to casting Copy Heroes 1 where there's a good amount of, there's a rampant case of cheaters in the game. I just had to double check to make sure that's not the case. Golden Horn Tower now being deployed on out over here, which will give him some free longbowmen. Potentially Lance Connects. Lance Connects wouldn't be half bad against some masked man-at-arms there. Let's take out some of these villagers as well. Able to stab through the gate. And I just fired another round of walls there, but far too late. The village on the wrong side of this wall, so he was going to lose all these villagers. Sizable loss there by yellow, losing all those villagers. Now down by 10 villagers, not to mention his opponent has better villagers. He's actually killed off 18, so Cyan is an ever increasingly good position. Both players now advance to Castle Age, and yellow needs crossbows. He just straight up needs crossbows. Cataphracts wouldn't be half bad either, but those of course are very expensive. He may not really be able to afford them. He already has existing archer ranges, that would of course be good. And if possible, going for more lance connects would be better than trying to him go for more long bowmen with a higher DPS. These villagers trying to run around. And I just, honestly, now thinking about it, I believe him not going for Keshiks would have made him a massive, is making a massive difference. The Keshiks would be able to actually properly engage these gilded man-at-arms on reasonable ground, while these longbowmen are still having trouble dealing with all of them. Right now they have 5 range armor. The cross of the longbows are doing just 7 damage. So they're doing 2 damage per arrow. Of course, those crossbows are putting holes in those guys as well. More of the man-at-arms push way forward. Yellow's trying to go for a keep in this region. Cyan's actually trying to steal his opponent's stone. And Yellow's very far behind on village production. He's going for the veteran mercenary contract will greatly improve his existing longbowmen, which is a good idea. Getting them +1 damage is very important. He also needs to go with +1 range damage on his from his blacksmith as soon as possible as well. Right now he just has no resources. And hardly any resource income at the moment either as well, because he's building this keep. Keeps now deployed on the field. Now I got some gilded crossbows being deployed on the field. Regular crossbows. They do 16 damage, 18 plus 18 versus heavy. They have 6 tile range, which is one longbow will still be able to outrange them, and they do offer higher attack speed than crossbowmen. The movement speed's still the same. If you want to get a side-by-side comparison, also 140 health. There's a crossbow, 80 health, 12 damage, plus 9 versus heavy, and 2.12 attack speed.
Στρατιώτες, ο δρόμος περιμένει. Το δόρυ έτοιμο.
Mining camp going on up. No upgrade in this outpost.
Έτοιμος στον στόχο.
My first spring gold upgrade now. Villager trying to torch this down. And it's also now going repairing up as well. It does abandon that stone mine there. And that's his only stone mine he could claim. He does have plenty of coins still back here, or gold. Red relic picked on up. Cyan has picked up 3 relics and claimed or has claimed 3, picked up 1. Yellow's picked up 1. So the Rainey's Cathedral will provide quite a bit of value. If I could, which will of course give him what, additional 320 gold per minute. Got the Palace Swabia not going on up. In comparison to the Bolgrav Palace, which will give you a 30% reduction and 30% build faster, it can actually provide you quite a bit extra value. If we compare it to the faster production time of, let's just go with the man-at-arms mass producing that. Say it goes down to 20 seconds, costs 240, so that'll be reduced by 30%, so 60 closer to 70 resources, so 70 times 3 is 210. Then collecting up all 4 relics is quite good, but if you only collect up 3 relics, then they're pretty much equal. If you only say obtain 2 relics, then it's clearly better to go with Bolgrav Palace.
Εργασία έννοια ολοκληρωμένη.
Now I got a fire siphon, a Cheerio siphon now pulled on the field. Oh, the fire siphon only has 30 range armor? Oh, I know people say this thing got nerfed to the ground, but I know those villagers are gonna be torched a little bit. But that thing should have a little bit more armor, because that even makes it hard even to engage in its structures as opposed to counter with the spring golem placements. Because the spring golem placement does do 40 damage, so yeah. People say it got nerfed too much. I would say one way to balance back up is simply to give it back to 50 range armor. So that would make it so that or at least to 40, so the spring golem placements don't do extra damage to it. Which then that basically means the same thing. Starting to engage there. Man-arms will be countered by the mass number of crossbows here. Got some gilded crossbows trying to run away with. Archers trying to pursue this force. Keep taking some massive hits there. Now it's going to get overran. Lance connect and Luminatory getting some good damage there, focusing it down. He does save the keep, has not been set ablaze. Archers moving their way around. Oh yeah, and oh, is that a bit of a bug where the longbow can't pull out of Cheerio siphons? Oh yeah, they can. It just that caster mode does make it act a little bit weird. There we go, now we can see it. Go for a pair of Cheerio siphons. We'll turn everything to Cresol. The village is going to be shanked to death. Siege workshop rapidly going down there. Got a handful of forces, now Yellow Zion for a counterattack. Zion has, of course, went to Imperial Age, but doesn't have enough resources. Has plenty of gold for Imperial Age research, but needs a lot more food. If he's able to get out some Imperial Age technology to be useful, if you can't get that anytime soon, it's really not that worth it. In which Tithe Barn is being researched, but that's something that will give him value over time, but won't provide any immediate benefit. Right now, what he needs is the elite man-arms research or some sort of elite research, as well as the university research. Because right now, on the Imperial Age is not being very useful, though he does have the passive village production for the Palace Swabia, and so his village count is even higher. Yellow has not built a secondary town center. Oh! The Minework Palace can provide siege bolts, which will still not be useful against these guys. It's such a worthless tech. Plus 10 damage versus siege weapons. It really is worthless. The only way I could say the best way to change that upgrade to make it so it's useful is it should just say changes its damage from range to siege. And that's the only way that could be useful upgrade. Then it would actually be decent versus everything, including structures. So who knows how that will look. Rio Siphon not being pulled out. Has been built there. He has a bit of olive oil to work with as well. And there is also a relic inside of here. If he doesn't have a monk nearby, he could perhaps grab it. Up north we do have these forces being hit a little bit. And the relic has been dropped. That monk does go down there. Fire Siphon now heading towards the outpost. I've got some damage there onto the outpost. Does have a cannon placement, so maybe put some big holes into the Creo Siphon. As well, it has 5. Oh, that. Oh, it must hit some of the ground forces. It does do siege damage, not fire damage. Keep remember of that. But his outpost has been set ablaze. The Creo Siphon may receive some extra damage. Does take out the outpost. Does throw a volley there on the villagers. Started stepping away from the elite man-at-arms, which he does not have the elite army tactics. Now got a foreign engineer company to get out some siege mercenarians, as well as give him access to some unique upgrades for his other mercenaries. In which he, since he went for mercenaries, he has access to the arrow volley upgrade. Doesn't have access to the double time on Chelsea because it just no longer exists. So he will get the arrow volley ability. Local doggo, unable to support out the man-at-arms. We got a pair of Mangonels over here, non-gilded man-at-arms. Not man-at-arms, Mangonels. Blah. Rolls a miss on that force. And that's entire range force, so these Mangonels will do some great damage there. And all of these forces may get picked off there, taking a lot of extra damage. Does find some villagers here, so we'll be able to pick them off. More lands connects, that'll be useful, but he's starting to fight against regular gilded archers as well. So if you've got this force moving around, it's a mixed force. Don't know what it's trying to do. No research or anything like that for the Byzantine player just yet. Science still claims the berries up here. Over here, I've got the force here, not stutter stepping, engaging that man-at-arms. Gotta keep being blown out by a Scion. And now there goes the Palisade Gate. Taking out a good number of villagers here, very nice. Starting to even out the villager kills, but he's still very far behind thanks to the Palace of Swabia. Over here, got this force before, we've got a French cannon, royal cannon output on the field. It says it gets plus 30 damage, not sure from what. And some good damage there, got the elite mercenary contract now on the way, which will... He does not have access to arrow... No, he does have access to arrow volley. So might as well just use that whenever you can. Incendiary arrows not being researched by the Order of the Dragon player. The longbowman now being put on the field. Or what am I thinking? Barracks. Oh boy, I'm getting a little tired right now. Keep now firing away, getting some good damage on these units to try and move around. Got a good number of villagers here, 50 villagers. The outposts may be enough to help protect him. He's going for a cannon placement now. Does have 5 villagers on the inside. His outpost may just ward these guys away from the villagers. Very nice. The second side has been decaptured. More wood there. I hear a bunch of the elite orders somewhere. Got multiple royal cannons on the field. Does take out a villager there. Another villager goes down. Doesn't focus on that wounded villager, but will take out another villager. And does not take out the wounded villager. Oh, got some battering rams here. French cannon should be able to finish that off. Got a number of siege workshops here, so the French cannon will be able to take those out as well. Over here, we got more gilded man-at-arms, archers, crossbows, and mangonels. Good number of mangonels. battering ram will go down along with all the other structures. Got these forces push way forward. Got a decent defense force here. Now got incendiaries for the Order Dragon player. We do have arrow volley for the increasing attack speed of his archers. No incendiaries just yet for the Byzantine player. He has a good amount of range damage increase. He does have the French cannon. The French cannon takes out one of the mangonels. Very good. Not exactly spring golds, but it can do the job. They may have one of them may have the artillery shot ability. May have just used it. There goes another mangonel there. Great pick there by the French cannon. Now just picking out some other individual units. More Lumentari now being pulled on the field. Another round of aqueducts to another cistern. More Lumentari, but it looks like being generally moved forward. The rest of these forces just now being cleaned on up. Lumentari now pursuing the gilded units. We've got more gilded units sort of rallying right there. They have similar army sizes, but right now Science Force is very scattered. We now got elite army tactics for the Order of the Dragon player. And so we've got some Streltsy now being pulled on out by the Byzantine player. Looks like the Golden Tower is going for more elite longbows. Up here we do have the crossbow being taken out by Gilded Man at Arms. Another outpost being built over here, as well as some more walls. And Single Sight being captured by Sign once again. Yellow has stabilized the game. And we've got more forces pushing way over here. Got a number. Oh, most of those trees have been cleaned on up. He's going to this tree deposit over here. And of course, we've got the bombard placement in the back line, which will provide some decent fire support and protection for these villagers. Signs going for multiple bombard emplacements, such as right here, with a fortified outpost as well. Those villagers will be hard to harass. Now there's arrow volley there, rapidly increasing attack speed of these guys up to a 0.62, faster than Magadai. Got a couple crossbows push way forward. Longbows had trouble retargeting, now hitting some of the Gilded crossbows. Getting some damage there. Some damage over here. Longbow falling back. We do now have another arrow volley being activated. More Lumentari being pulled on out. French cannon takes some fire, but they're still alive. And the Gilded crossbows being cleaned on up. The Byzantine player has health, though his military force is smaller than his opponent. Got more forces pushing forward, including some elite lance connects, going for some batter rams as well. We got multiple siege workshops here. Still, this area is entirely cut off there, but now Science trying to push forward over here. Villagers trying to get inside of the keep now. He needs to get some of these forces up here to patch the hole. Pushing forward with all these forces. Lumentari and longbows. Villagers have popped on the far side to torch down the battering ramp. They are quite damaged. And Yellow's now down to 60 villagers. Oof. Sign has twice the number of villagers. These villagers sneak inside the keep, but the lance connect is annihilating them. All these units being picked off by the various forces. Yellow's down to 50 villagers. His opponent has 130. Now got the Halberdier resource. Now the Lance Connects will have access to bleed damage. Cannons push forward, trying to get some damage on these forces. Does have a good number of Streltsy now in the field. On these various forces there. We've gotten walls not going up. He's trying to dogpile on the sacred site there. Let's look at the monk, but unable to decapture the site. This one is being protected as well. Battering still pushes way forward, trying to go for another keep in this region. Barris is being hit. His opponent now has nearly 3 times the amount of villagers. Ooh, and that keep was fully destroyed. Look at that. He has 500 stones, so that keep was fully destroyed by those battering rams. More Gilded Man Arms just mass produced. Streltsy are nice, but crossbows. He makes the crossbows and Streltsy, but he needs to play on the field. But he does not have. There's elite crossbow research. Going for more Lumitari. Lumitari would be a decent front line. They do offer a bit more health, though he does not have elite army tactics, nor any melee armor for them. Those Gilded Man Arms right now has such high damage. I don't think the melee armor is going to be useful. Yellow's now out of gold. He's solely have to rely on mercenaries. Could try to push for this coin, but we've got some siege workshops here as well as an outpost. Get some damage there. These man arms trying to push through that hole. We still got a pair of royal cannon here. Got some stone walls along the flank as well. More Gilded and arms pushing forward. I don't think Yellow can pull out a victory this one time. He just has 2 little villagers. He has enough resources to get out second town center. He needs to get out another 2. Either way, he backs up the game now. This is Grade saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.